In a significant move reflecting China's ongoing commitment to strengthening family values in education, President Xi Jinping's article on these themes is set to be published. This initiative underscores not only the importance of familial bonds in Chinese society but also the broader implications of these values in shaping the nation's future. The publication is expected to reach audiences at a pivotal time as discussions around societal cohesion and educational reform gain momentum. Xi's article emphasizes the foundational role that family plays in individual development and societal stability. He asserts a strong family is the cornerstone of a strong nation, highlighting the interconnectedness of family unity and national prosperity. This perspective aligns with China's broader strategy to promote social harmony amidst rapid modernization and global influences. By reinforcing traditional values, the Chinese leadership aims to cultivate a sense of identity and belonging among its citizens, which is increasingly crucial in a world marked by change and uncertainty. The publication comes at a time when educational reform is a hot topic in China. The government has been implementing measures to improve the quality of education and ensure that it is accessible to all. Xi's article is likely to address how education can be a vehicle for instilling core values and fostering a sense of responsibility in the younger generation. Experts suggest that by intertwining education with family values, the government seeks to create a more cohesive society that prioritizes collective well-being over individual ambition. Moreover, the timing of the article's release coinciding with the Lunar New Year celebrations is particularly strategic. This festive period is traditionally associated with family reunions, making it an ideal backdrop for reinforcing the message of familial bonds as families gather to celebrate. The emphasis on values that promote unity and mutual support resonates deeply within the cultural context, potentially enhancing the impact of Xi's message. In the broader geopolitical landscape, this focus on family and education reflects China's approach to nurturing a stable and resilient society, which is seen as vital for maintaining its influence both domestically and internationally. The commitment to these values may also serve as a counter-narrative to Western perspectives that often critique China's governance and social policies. As the article makes its way into public discourse, observers will be keenly watching the reactions from both the Chinese populace and the international community. The implications of Xi's assertions could extend beyond mere cultural significance, potentially influencing policy decisions and international relations as China continues to navigate its path on the global stage. In conclusion, Xi Jinping's forthcoming article on family ties and education represents a strategic effort to reaffirm traditional values within a rapidly evolving society. As China seeks to balance modernization with cultural heritage, the emphasis on familial and educational foundations may play a pivotal role in shaping the nation's future. The world will be watching closely as these themes unfold and how they impact China's trajectory in the years to come. In recent years, Morocco and China have embarked on a transformative journey towards establishing a robust partnership with significant implications for both countries. This burgeoning relationship promises not only economic benefits but also a strategic alignment that could reshape the geopolitical landscape in North Africa and beyond. As both nations seek to bolster their economic ties and deepen their cooperation, the potential for a new era in their bilateral relations appears increasingly likely. Morocco's strategic location at the crossroads of Europe, Africa, and the Middle East has long made it a focal point for international trade. With the recent surge in investments from China, this North African nation is poised to become a key player in the Belt and Road Initiative (BRI), which aims to enhance global trade connectivity. According to Moroccan officials, China's investments are expected to contribute significantly to the country's infrastructure development, particularly in sectors such as energy, transportation, and telecommunications. Government officials from both countries have expressed optimism about the future of their collaboration. We see great potential in our partnership with China, particularly in areas such as sustainable development and technology transfer, stated Morocco's Minister of Industry, Trade, and Green and Digital Economy. This sentiment underscores a willingness to embrace innovation and sustainability as cornerstones of their economic agenda. Recent statistics reveal that Chinese investments in Morocco have grown exponentially, with over $4 billion directed towards various projects since 2016. These investments have been instrumental in creating jobs and fostering local industries, thereby enhancing Morocco's appeal as a destination for foreign investment. Furthermore, the establishment of the Casablanca Finance City has positioned Morocco as an attractive financial hub for Chinese companies looking to expand their operations in Africa. While the economic benefits of this partnership are evident, the geopolitical ramifications cannot be overlooked. With China's increasing influence in Africa, Morocco stands to gain a strategic ally in its efforts to assert itself on the global stage. The collaboration could also serve as a counterbalance to Western influence in the region, particularly as the United States and European Union reassess their engagement strategies with African nations. However, challenges remain. Concerns over debt sustainability and the environmental impact of large-scale infrastructure projects have been raised by various stakeholders. Critics argue that Morocco must be cautious in its approach to Chinese investments to avoid falling into a debt trap that could compromise its sovereignty. As Morocco navigates this complex landscape, maintaining transparency and ensuring that investments align with national interests will be crucial. As Morocco and China continue to strengthen their partnership, the world will be watching closely. The outcomes of this collaboration could not only redefine Morocco's economic trajectory but also influence broader regional dynamics. With both nations committed to fostering mutual growth, the next few years will likely unveil whether this partnership can truly usher in a new era of fruitful relations. As they explore avenues for cooperation, the potential for innovation, job creation, and sustainable development remains vast, paving the way for a promising future. As the Lunar New Year approaches, a sense of optimism typically envelopes China, but this year presents a starkly different picture. The country is grappling with a pronounced economic slowdown that has reverberations extending far beyond its borders, particularly impacting its Southeast Asian neighbors. Analysts are increasingly concerned about ASEAN's heavy reliance on Beijing, which could amplify the economic risks as China navigates its challenges. Recent reports highlight that while Chinese President Xi Jinping has projected a bullish outlook on the nation's economic prospects, the realities on the ground tell a more complicated story. With the economy facing structural issues and a decline in consumer confidence, many are questioning the sustainability of Xi's optimistic assertions. According to an article from The Economist, China needs its frightened officials to save the economy, underscoring the critical role of government sentiment in economic recovery. The fear among officials reflects a broader anxiety about potential repercussions from a failing economy, which could lead to social unrest. Data reveals that China's growth has been stunted, with GDP figures falling below expectations. In a recent statement, Xi acknowledged these challenges but emphasized the need for confidence in the economy's recovery. He stated optimism is key to overcoming difficulties, yet the increasing reliance of ASEAN nations on China for trade and investment raises alarms. As noted by Geopolitical Intelligence Services AG, the economic interdependence between China and ASEAN member states means that a downturn in China could have detrimental effects on the economic stability of its neighbors. The implications of this economic slowdown are multifaceted. Countries within ASEAN have benefited immensely from China's rapid growth over the last few decades, with many economies integrating deeply into supply chains tied to Chinese manufacturing and exports. However, as Chinese demand weakens, nations like Vietnam, Thailand, and Malaysia may find themselves vulnerable to the ripple effects of reduced Chinese imports and investments. The interconnectedness of these economies means that a downturn in China could lead to rising unemployment and slowed economic growth across the region. The situation is further complicated by external factors, including ongoing geopolitical tensions and the push towards diversification away from China by some Western nations. As countries seek to reduce their dependence on China, ASEAN must navigate a delicate balancing act. Economic analysts are urging member states to bolster intra-regional trade and investment to mitigate potential fallout from China's economic woes.
Looking ahead, the outlook for both China and ASEAN is uncertain.
While Xi Jinping's government continues to promote confidence in a swift recovery, the reality may be more complex.
As ASEAN nations prepare for the Lunar New Year, the festivities may be tinged with apprehension as the need for economic resilience becomes increasingly apparent.
The coming months will be crucial in determining not only the trajectory of China's economy but also the strength of the ties that bind ASEAN nations to their giant neighbor. How these countries adapt to the evolving landscape will likely shape their economic futures and stability in the region. In an era defined by rapid technological advancements and shifting geopolitical landscapes, nations are increasingly leveraging commercial innovations to bolster their military capabilities. The Center for Strategic and International Studies recently highlighted this trend in a report discussing the intersection of technology and irregular warfare, specifically in the context of great power competition. The report underscores how nations, particularly China, are harnessing private sector innovations to gain strategic advantages in military operations. On January 30, 2025, the Financial Times reported the construction of what is being described as the world's largest military command center in Beijing. This facility, which is purportedly 10 times larger than the Pentagon, is emblematic of China's growing military ambitions and its commitment to enhancing its command and control capabilities. Analysts suggest that such developments are not merely about size. They reflect a strategic pivot towards a more integrated and technologically sophisticated military infrastructure. The implications of these advancements are profound. As nations like China invest heavily in cutting-edge technologies including artificial intelligence, cyber capabilities, and drone warfare, the nature of conflict is evolving. The SICE report posits that commercial innovations are now being directly applied to military strategies, creating a landscape where traditional power dynamics are being challenged. The integration of commercial technology into military frameworks is reshaping how conflicts are fought, and one noted a SICE analyst emphasizing the necessity for nations to adapt rapidly to stay competitive. Moreover, the report highlights the increasing importance of irregular warfare tactics.
With conventional military engagements becoming less frequent, nations are turning to unconventional strategies that leverage technology to disrupt adversaries. This includes cyber operations, misinformation campaigns, and the use of autonomous systems, all of which can be developed and refined within the private sector before being adapted for military use. As this competition intensifies, the potential for escalated conflicts grows. The construction of such a vast command center in China raises concerns among other global powers, particularly the United States, which is already grappling with its own strategies to counterbalance China's military advancements. The Financial Times notes that this development could lead to a new arms race where the emphasis shifts not just to the quantity of military assets but also to the quality and integration of technology into military doctrines. Looking ahead, the intersection of technology and military strategy will likely continue to evolve, prompting nations to re-evaluate their defense postures and investment strategies. As private sector innovations become more intertwined with military applications, the global landscape of power competition will increasingly hinge on technological superiority. The coming years will witness whether nations can effectively leverage these advancements while maintaining stability in an increasingly complex international arena. The future of warfare, it seems, is not just about might but also about the mastery of innovation and adaptability in the face of rapid change. In a bold and controversial move, former President Donald Trump has proposed a plan aimed at relocating Palestinians from Gaza to Egypt and Jordan, a suggestion that has sparked a flurry of reactions both domestically and internationally. This proposal comes amid ongoing tensions in the Middle East, where the humanitarian situation in Gaza has reached critical levels following years of conflict, economic blockade, and military actions. As the world watches, various nations, including China, have begun to articulate their views on the implications of this plan. China, often seen as a pivotal player in global geopolitics, expressed deep concerns regarding Trump's proposal.
A spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry emphasized that the plan could exacerbate tensions in an already volatile region, potentially leading to further humanitarian crises. The international community must prioritize dialogue and negotiation rather than unilateral actions that can lead to instability, the spokesperson stated. This sentiment reflects Beijing's long-standing advocacy for a peaceful resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict rooted in the idea of a two-state solution. The potential displacement of Palestinians raises significant questions about the implications for regional stability. Many political analysts argue that moving a population forcibly can lead to increased resentment and hostility, which may further entrench divisions rather than promote peace.
This concern is echoed by humanitarian organizations that warn of the dire consequences such a plan could have on the already vulnerable Palestinian population.
In addition to humanitarian concerns, the geopolitical ramifications of Trump's proposal cannot be overlooked. The Middle East is a complex tapestry of alliances and rivalries, and any significant shift in population dynamics could alter the balance of power.
Countries like Egypt and Jordan, which already host substantial Palestinian populations, may face increased pressure as they navigate both domestic and regional political landscapes.
As one analyst noted, the situation could lead to a refugee crisis that would strain resources and heighten tensions not just within these countries but across the entire region.
Moreover,
the timing of Trump's announcement adds another layer of complexity to the situation. With the U.S. preparing for forthcoming elections and the political landscape becoming increasingly polarized, some experts suggest that the proposal could serve as a distraction from domestic issues. Political motivations aside, the response from the international community will likely shape the future of U.S. foreign policy in the region.
As discussions unfold, the global reaction remains mixed.
While some Western nations have remained largely silent, others have voiced strong opposition to the idea of displacing populations. The United Nations has reiterated its commitment to protecting the rights of Palestinian people and ensuring that humanitarian aid reaches those in need. Looking ahead, the future of Trump's plan remains uncertain. The response from the international community, particularly from key players in the Middle East, will be crucial in determining whether such a proposal can gain traction or if it will be relegated to the realm of political rhetoric. As tensions simmer and humanitarian needs grow, the call for a sustainable and peaceful resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict remains as urgent as ever. The coming weeks will likely reveal how this controversial plan will influence not only the lives of Palestinians but also the broader geopolitical landscape in one of the world's most contentious regions.